Testing. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. I went back right after the party, and I gather that there were others that did not. Perfect.
There's not a lot out there. I think we got the last two.
Ooh, yikes. All right. Let's see what happens when I do this. Yeah. No, it's not resolution fun. I just want to be able to see from here without. He's here. He was. He was wandering around. I saw him. Oh, right. All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Ansible OpenShift and Row, Better Together at the Edge. My name is Martin Jackson. With me is Chad Furman. This whole concept is an outgrowth of experiences that we've had at previous companies, and now we know each other from previous experience and are now working together at Red Hat. We are going to be talking about some big concepts about declarative and imperative automation and how you can explore some of these ideas with us using a new concept that we're developing at Red Hat called validated patterns. So basically, we are going to talk through some of these things. Why should you be listening to me and Chad about this in the first place? What are some of the inherent complexities that exist at the edge? And talk about some of the issues around declarative and imperative automation. We'll introduce the concept of validated patterns. We'll talk about the Ansible GitOps validated pattern in particular, and we'll have some time for questions and answers. All right, first off, Chad.
Hey everybody, Chad Furman. So one thing I think that'll be different from this discussion than a lot of folks is we've got a lot of Red Hatters, which Marty and I both are now, but combined we have about 50 years of customer experience. So we've actually done this. So the things that we're talking about, the things that you'll see, and please ask questions and jump in if you have anything to say, but this is stuff that we've done. I've done it in oil and gas, I've done it in retail, I've done it in DoD. And then Marty.
Yeah. I spent 22 years at Walmart stores before coming to Red Hat, and Walmart stores has a far-flung infrastructure all over the world. Stores in a lot of different countries, about 12,000 stores in various countries at the point at which I left. Each of those stores has its own computing environment, which operates semi-autonomously from the proverbial mothership. And so we are now calling this and similar kinds of things edge computing. So Chad and I have done a lot of edge computing over the course of our careers, and we think we have something to say about it.
So when you say autonomous, that's something that I think a lot of people don't realize about edge. So everybody's like, oh, edge, we just put rel out there, or we throw OpenShift out there. So what autonomous actually means is every one of those sites needs to be able to operate as if it were the data center. So if a Walmart store loses connectivity, if an oil and gas site loses connectivity, two things that will always ruin you, and it's always a network problem.
Always.
But really what it is probably a DNS problem. So you have an OpenShift cluster. OpenShift cluster needs to know how to talk to each other. DNS goes down, unless you put stuff in the etc host file, which please God, don't do that anymore. You lose connectivity, everything goes down. So with this diagram, it's super messy, and I did this intentionally, is all of the stuff on the left-hand side, that's your typical data center. A lot of those services, or the majority of those services, also need to be at all of those other sites in order to have actual operations happen. And I think one thing when we talk about edge, we kind of miss that sometimes and just go, oh, you'll have rel, or oh, you're going to have cloud native applications. There's a lot more things than rel and OpenShift. There's VMware, there is Windows, there are PKI, there are all the other different pieces and parts that we need to think about to make sure that edge is successful.
Yeah, I mean, you've got your network infrastructure, your switches, your routers, your wireless access points that need control plane information to know.
Most of us are developers or have used Git, but one thing that I've done in many, many hackathons over the past 5 years, the first thing I actually had to teach people was, are you actually using source control? And when you're making changes, is it actually the one that you want it to be in Git?
That